In the Bible, Jesus shares a profound parable in Matthew 25:14-30 about a master who entrusts his servants with different amounts of talents. The story highlights the importance of faithfulness and responsibility in managing what we're given. The master's final words to each servant are striking. "Well done, my good and faithful servant." These 5 words convey deep appreciation and recognition for a job well done. But how do we understand the significance of these words in our own lives? What does it mean to be considered a good and faithful servant? This article explores the essence of being a good and faithful servant, as inspired by Jesus' parable. We'll delve into what it means to be trustworthy, diligent, and responsible with the talents we've been given. Whether you're struggling to find purpose or seeking guidance on how to live a life that honors God, this journey will help you understand your role in God's kingdom and discover ways to be a good and faithful servant like Jesus described. Biblical context and key passages. The phrase, "Well done, my good and faithful servant," is deeply rooted in biblical teachings. This expression of appreciation can be found in Matthew 25:23, where Jesus commends a servant for their wise investment of the talents given to them. A closer look at this passage reveals that faithfulness is not limited to serving God, but also involves being responsible stewards of our time, talents, and resources. This concept is echoed in 1 Corinthians 4:2, which instructs believers to be good stewards of the mysteries of God. In Isaiah 44:10, we are reminded that God is with us, and He strengthens those who have faith in Him. This promise encourages us to trust in His presence and provision, even when faced with uncertainty or fear. The Bible teaches us that being a good and faithful servant involves living a life of obedience, humility, and integrity. It's about recognizing the talents and gifts we've been given and using them to serve others, as emphasized in 1 Peter 4:10-11. Trusting God with our time and resources, being diligent in our work and responsibilities, cultivating a heart of obedience and humility. Meaning and key themes. The phrase, "Well done, my good and faithful servant," is more than just a commendation. It's an invitation to embody the qualities of faithfulness, diligence, and responsibility. When we receive these words from God, it means that He sees us as trustworthy stewards of our lives, talents, and resources. Being a good and faithful servant requires living with intentionality and purpose. It involves recognizing that every gift, skill, or opportunity is a talent entrusted to us by God. This awareness should inspire us to use our talents wisely, cultivating a sense of responsibility and stewardship. In this sense, being a good and faithful servant is not just about serving others. It's also about how we manage our own lives, making intentional decisions that align with God's will. By doing so, we demonstrate faithfulness to His guidance and provision. The concept of being a good and faithful servant transcends the boundaries of religious service or ministry. It's about living out our Christian values in every aspect of life, from how we treat others to how we manage our finances, relationships, and time. This mindset is rooted in the idea that we are all stewards of God's gifts and talents. As such, we're accountable for using them wisely and making a positive impact on those around us. Practical application today. So, how can we apply these principles to our daily lives? Let's start by recognizing the talents and gifts we've been given, no matter how small they may seem. We should then make a conscious effort to use them in ways that benefit others, whether through volunteering, helping a friend or family member, or simply being a good neighbor. Practicing diligence and responsibility in our work and personal lives is also crucial. This involves setting goals, prioritizing tasks, and staying focused on what's truly important. By doing so, we demonstrate our commitment to being good and faithful servants of God. Furthermore, living with obedience and humility requires us to be open to God's guidance and correction. We should be willing to learn from our mistakes and adapt to changing circumstances, all while staying true to our values and principles. Ultimately, being a good and faithful servant is not just about achieving perfection. It's about progress, growth, and surrendering to God's will in every area of life.